psych themselves out. Do not psych yourself out with the TEAS, because you can take it again. It's not the end of the world if you do not pass it the first time. I did not pass it the first 2 times, and look at me now. I am in nursing school. And welcome back to my channel. Hey, if you're new here, hi, my name is Tatiana, and I'm a BSN nursing student in my senior year. And I forgot what I was about to say. And if you click this video, you want to know how to study for the ATITs, which is the nursing, which is the entrance exam, the nursing entrance exam for nursing school. So I had to take those off for a second. So if you're interested on how to take the TEAS and pass it, then stay tuned for this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the TEAS. So first of all, let's go over what TEAS stand for. So the TEAS stand for the I'll put it up here. The TEAS stands for the Test of Essential Academic Skills, TEAS. So this is basically the nursing entrance exam that you need in order to get into nursing school. I know some nursing schools are different. It just all depends on your nursing school. So just check with your school to see if you take the TEAS or you take the HESI, I think it's called. So it just all depends on your school. But for my school, we took the TEAS. So yeah. So I took the TEAS and I failed the TEAS twice. I failed the TEAS twice, you guys, twice. And not only that, I failed the TEAS twice, and I was on my 3rd time taking that TEAS, y'all. The TEAS test is no joke, because a lot of the information that the TEAS went over was stuff I was like, oh my god. Okay, so I took the TEAS and I failed the TEAS twice. I failed the TEAS. Let's talk about the TEAS and why it's a nursing entrance exam. So the TEAS is designed to test you to make sure that you are prepared and you make the score that you need to get into. It's like one of those, it's like a pre-test, just basically like a pre-test to get into nursing school. So it's designed to test you to make sure that you are capable of being able to transition into answering the going into the nursing curriculum. So with the TEAS, I know it's different from school to school, but you have to take the TEAS. I think you only can get, depending on your school, you can take the TEAS like 2 or 3 times a year. So I took it twice, I want to say in like 2019, and I was like, yeah, no. And then I took it again, I want to say in 2021, because COVID hit, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get back into the track of nursing. So I took it again. So before I took it again, I was like, well, I failed the last 2 times, and then I took it again, did well, but I didn't think I did well enough. I think I ended up making like I want to say like a 78 or something. But the school that I was trying to get into, I just kept getting waitlisted. So I was like real discouraged. So I was like, okay, boom. By the 3rd time that I took the TEAS, by the time I was trying to apply to a different nursing school, I had to basically retake the TEAS again. But I was glad my 4th try was within that window. But the only thing about it was my 4th try was lower than my 3rd. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, come on. So that was like, okay, my program. I want to say you had like have like a 60. I want to say like a 60 on the TEAS. In my 4th try, y'all, I had a 63. I made a 63. But in my defense, I was just getting done with my prereqs because I had to do the school that I was trying to get into that I'm in now. I had to take additional 10 classes on top of I had to take a total of 10 more classes. Now, in me taking those 10 more classes, y'all, I failed chemistry. So I had to retake chemistry. Chemistry was like a 10-week class. So I had one more chance to pass chemistry. Otherwise, I was going to have to wait to the next cycle or the next cohort to be in. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to pass chemistry. But I'm like, I was like, man, my TEAS is not high enough, you know. But thankfully, the school that I'm at is really not all that competitive when it comes, like, they have small cohorts. So I didn't have to worry about competing with 200 plus people. So I was like, if I'm doing the pre-nursing track, then it's pretty much guaranteed that I'll get transitioned over to the nursing classes. So I was happy about that. That's why it's really important for you to do your research on whatever school that you're at, because the school that I'm at, they had a TEAS prep class. They had a practice test, y'all, that was unlimited. So I was doing the heck out of that practice test. Even though I made a 63 on the TEAS, y'all, when I was going through that practice test, y'all, I was learning so much. So just make sure you reach out to see if your school, you know, has any type of TEAS prep or like free practice tests. But let me talk about some things that helped me with the TEAS. Even though my score is not all that high, I still passed. So for me, the hardest part about the TEAS, the 2 times that I did take it, was understanding like the math concept and everything. This was like while I was taking this was before I took statistics and all of that stuff. By the time I had took my TEAS the 4th time, like I said, I had to do 10 more classes. Of those 10, I had to take statistics. So I felt like if I was to retake it again, I would have been able to pass like with flying colors, because it was just that, like, oh, I got this. So yeah, I was good on that. So I was just like, I'm not gonna take it again. This is my 4th time doing that. I said, if this is enough for me to get in, then I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I didn't take it again. But the material that was on the TEAS, I started to see it in like my statistics class. I remember seeing it in my algebra 2 class. Like, it was stuff that I was like, oh, okay. So when you're studying for the TEAS, I recommend going ahead and you don't have to study for all 4 parts, because I would say focus on 2 sections that you're scoring the lowest in. So you take the TEAS, try to figure out where you're scoring less. Typically, people are scoring less in science and math, because I really don't too much hear about was it English and reading, something like that. But yeah, math and science are typically the lowest scored areas. So I would just brush up on algebra 1 and 2 when it comes to the TEAS test. And for science, just go over your microbiology. Just make sure you know, use Quizlet. I'm just being honest. Please use Quizlet for your TEAS. Use Quizlet. I think it's Pocket Nurse Hub. Hold on. Nursehub.com. That was really good. What is it? Mometrics? Was it Mometrics? I think it's Mometrics. Helps really well. Smart Edition. Now, Smart Edition really helped me when I took it, because my math score went up like a whole 30%, because the stuff on Smart Edition was spot on, and Brandon Kraft, boy, if you don't understand math, I really recommend y'all doing Brandon Kraft, because I still have his stuff from the TEAS, and I also have his stuff from my Doshas and Cal. Brandon Kraft's chef kiss, because he explains stuff down to where it's not foreign language or it's not too drawn out. So when he's explaining everything, when I tell you, it makes it so like easy. You get it right then and there. He gives you examples. He breaks it down. And I want to say his stuff is really not that expensive, y'all. I want to say the most I probably paid for something from Brandon Crafts was like maybe $20-$30, but that gave me like a detailed of each thing. So I would really recommend Brandon Craft for math, smart addition for science, reading. I don't know, because I scored really high in reading. Language, I think Smart Edition has that on there too. But your biggest hitters are going to be the science and math, and you know, those is what I'm recommending for it. Like I said, I am not the best test taker, but I've grown to be a really good test taker, because I used to go in and have so much anxiety, y'all, when it comes to taking a test. I was just like, I would be in front of the test and I know this information, but I'm just like, oh, the clock is running down. Oh, what if I don't pass? What if I don't know it the way I think I know it? You know what you know. It's either you know the stuff or you don't know it. So don't go in there second guessing yourself when it comes to this test, or go in there changing your answers, because just stick with your first mind, unless you can give yourself a valid reason why you need to change your answer. So be confident when you're taking the TEAS, and don't think about, oh, if I don't pass this TEAS, I'm going to not get into nursing school. No, you don't need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking about this question that is in front of you and take it one question at a time, because that's going to help you stay calm. It's going to help you be able to breathe, and it's going to help you not it's not going to make you overthink, or because you're putting too much pressure on yourself, for one. And I think that's what a lot of people do when they're taking this TEAS. They psych themselves out. Do not psych yourself out with the TEAS, because you can take it again. It's not the end of the world if you do not pass it the first time. I did not pass it the first 2 times, and look at me now. I am in nursing school. So do not psych yourself out when it comes to the TEAS. Do not overthink it. There are resources out here, free resources, to help you pass. Don't rush it. If you are going to set your exam date, I would say if you're starting studying, at least set your exam date 1 month out from when you start studying. That way you won't feel as pressure. You have a study schedule when it comes to the TEAS. So if you saying, hey, the nursing school deadline is here, so that means you need to be taking the TEAS somewhere in the middle. So, and then be familiar with the policies of the school that you're trying to go to, because you might fail if you do fail the TEAS, you probably have time to regroup yourself and take it again before the little deadline pass for the school you're trying to get into. Just do your research on that. But I'm telling y'all, once you get past that TEAS, you're gonna be like, why was I even stressing about this TEAS test anyway? Because the stuff that, like, that algebra 1 and 2 stuff, y'all not gonna see that no more after the TEAS. You're not gonna see that no more. The next math that you're gonna see is gonna be doses and calculations, and it's nowhere near as complicated as algebra 1 and 2. And that's coming from somebody who struggled with math a lot. So yeah, don't psych yourself out when it comes to that. What else? Biggest thing is to map out a plan. If you're strong in your you can study over all 4 sections, but I would really rather you put your attention to where you're not doing as well, so it can be able to help you later on, so you won't feel so clustered with information, because the TEAS can be a lot if you let it be a lot. So just take your time with it. But yeah, please use your resources. You got YouTube University. But yeah, Branded Craft for math, Branded Craft for math, Branded Craft for math, Branded Craft for math, and Smart Addition for science. Smart Addition for science. So you use those, I feel like you'll be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But yeah, just do that and you'll be good. But as far as reading, they have reading, have language stuff on there too for Smart Edition. But that's pretty much it far as advice I can give on how to study for the TEAS, because it's only so much. It's, I promise you, it's just a test. It's just a test. Don't put too much on yourself, because I can feel you watching this video thinking like, oh my God, I have to pass this TEAS, Tatiana, or I'm not going to get into nursing school. That's how I felt when I had the TEAS. Stop. Because when I stopped putting all that stuff on me, I finally passed. When I finally went in there confident taking that test, I passed that test, y'all. And I wasn't looking back. I was like, my different approach that I had was I stopped putting so much on myself. Stop putting so much on yourself, because you're going to stress yourself out. And when you stress yourself out, you psych yourself out, you overthink things, and then you mess up on stuff that you know. So don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, you got this. You're gonna get into nursing school. You're gonna beat this TEAS test, because it's just a test. I am telling you, now I look back on the TEAS is a cakewalk compared to what I'm doing now. So please, 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 please relax, take a step back, don't rush, breathe, and devour that test, because you got it. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I thank you guys so much for watching my channel. And if you guys have any suggestions on any type of videos that you would like to see, don't forget to comment down below. Comment down below. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video.